Please wait. Please enter the reference number followed by the pound key. Enter the pound key to listen to the most recent recording. Please wait while we prepare your files. At any time, press 1 to rewind 30 seconds, press 2 to fast forward 30 seconds, or press 5 to pause or resume.
All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Nextel Saturday Coffee Hour. I'm Bob Torsi, and I'm happy to be here today because I'm joined by Janet Henshaw and our special guest, Judy Corrigan. We don't want to miss what these two ladies have to share with us today, so hang on there for a minute. This morning, we will cover three primary topics. Number one, we're going to talk about the shipping process and the update on our new products. Everybody on the call should know about our new products. We're going to talk about that procedure and what's going on, so you'll be enlightened. The second topic we're going to discuss is a tremendous recommendation for each of us to increase our income. And I called it this morning the what-if scenario. So I'm going to give you a little what-if scenario, and we'll see what happens. And once I introduce that, that's going to include a chat between Janet and Judy about their exploding businesses. And then finally, our third topic is going to be the announcement of our retail store opportunity training, which is going to be held on the 22nd and 23rd. More details on that when we get there. So by the time we wrap up today, you're going to have a clear understanding of what's going on. You're going to have some food for thought to capitalize on this exciting time. So let's get started. So, Janet, you're there. I just wanted to start out with a crazy notion I've had. You've got that beautiful shipping operation out there in San Angelo. I was just wondering, now we've got all these products. All you got to do is stick a couple bottles in a box and send them my way, right? Isn't that the way it works?
Well, Bob, it's not quite that simple. So let me tell you just a little tiny bit about it. We've got over 300 orders. And so what that really means is some of those orders have already had product shipped. Some are all just solid pre-orders, and some are the combination of orders that are shipped and pre-orders. So what's going on now behind the scenes, and this takes a little while, believe it or not, but all of those orders are being compiled into different stacks based on the days that they came out in, So we're compiling those. We're getting them done by date order because the first ones that came in will be the first ones that shipped. But then on top of all of that, that's over 300 boxes that have to be made up. We also have to take thousands of bottles of products, sort them, and get them ready to be able to go in and wrap all of those products. So even though it seems like it's as easy as just putting one or two bottles in a box, I think it's a little more. What do you think, Bob?
Well, I agree with you now. Everybody knows out there that I understood that process, but for the benefit of everybody there, they're looking for the new products in the mail. Why don't you share with us the dates and the approximate time so that they will be happy learning about those logistics as well?
Absolutely. By the time everything is completely organized here and ready to go, which actually, believe it or not, we've already got a lot of that done, but there's so much more to do. My guess is you will have your products in hand in about 2 weeks, and that's just realistic. I don't want to say that it's going to be any sooner than that because just trying to get logistically everything put into the boxes organized and everything that you need. There's going to be some printing that I've already done that's going into the boxes that's going to explain a little bit about those products. So please be patient. We know you pre-ordered, but we are doing everything because we've actually hired help to come in and help with this. We're going to have 4 people that I have now trained to be able to work and do this. And I'm working with them on a daily basis right now, getting it all prepared so that we can get everything out in a timely manner. So please be patient. We understand that you've already paid for these products, And we just want you to get everything that you deserve on time, in a manner where nothing is broken and you're really satisfied with your opportunity.
Well, thanks, Janet. I think everybody's going to appreciate that. Many of us have not been blessed with patience, but in this particular case, we've gone this far without these new products. I can't wait to get a hold of them just because I want to feel better and have a happy dog as well. So we'll look forward to receiving those things. So that was our first topic, having discussed the shipping process and some of that information. Let's go to number 2. This is our what if discussion today. Needless to say, I'm fired up about this. I want to ask everybody, what if there happens to be a business opportunity within a business opportunity that A, has got no cost, no real cost to get in, okay? And let me tell you that everybody's familiar with the compensation plan, but what if there was a business opportunity that didn't have any requirements? I mean, you don't have to have 3 customers or 10 customers or 20 like the comp plan says. And what if you didn't have to go out there and scramble trying to get all these reps and get promoted and stuff? Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the comp plan, but what if you had an opportunity that so far sounds really good? Let's add a couple more things. First of all, you're entitled to make a fat commission. And everybody likes fat commissions, especially if they keep on coming. The thing that keeps on coming in this business is happy customers reorder products. What if we had a business opportunity where you would be establishing some relationships out in the field? Those relationships are going to order just like everybody else does. And you're going to get a residual income of $5 a bottle. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about this because we've got 2 ladies who have been exposed to this particular discipline, we'll call it. And what's just blowing my mind is how outrageous the numbers look, how well they're doing. And after they share their little conversation, they're going to have a chat. And we'll just drive home the point that the retail side of this business is absolutely exploding. And anybody who misses this is going to say, "Why didn't I do that?" So we're gonna introduce our speaker right now, Janet. I'm going to give this back to you. Why don't you introduce Judy in your own inimitable way and tell everybody what a superstar she is. And then at the end of the chat, I'll come back and we'll play with some more numbers. Fair enough? Janet?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Absolutely, Bob. Yeah, of course you did. So, it's Saturday morning. I need my coffee. And it is the coffee hour. So with all of that, Bob, I want to thank you very much. Being involved with Nextel has been such a delight. It is such an amazing company. And because of the company that we are, we have met some incredible people. And I have had the opportunity not just to meet this woman on the telephone, but to meet her in person. She is so special. She saw an opportunity and she went for it. But more than that, Judy is the type of person that people gravitate to. She's fun. She's got a great smile. She's interesting. She's talented. She's educated. She's everything that you want in your best friend. That person who really can communicate well and share with others. And so with that, I would like to bring Ms. Judy Corrigan on the phone.
Hello, Janet.
How are you this morning, Judy?
I'm doing well. You just filled my cup up saying all that. That was sweet.
But it's absolutely true, Judy. And, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. Do you mind that this morning?
No, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now, Judy, you live where?
In Temple, Texas.
And how big is Temple?
I think about 60,000.
Okay. And so you've lived there for a long time?
Almost 4 years. I'm
4 years.
Hmm?
Beautiful. So you've got a few friends in Temple,
Yes,
and people respect you and trust you.
I hope so. Yeah.
Absolutely. So now you made a decision last year, and the decision was to open a store. And why did you make that decision, Judy?
Well, I joined Nexel last year, and I tried really hard to find some people in town to become volume discount sellers and didn't have any luck. I was brand new, and so I just decided to open the store myself so I could have it available.
That was because you were committed to the product or because you wanted to work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week?
I believed in this product, and I saw what it did for people, for my loved ones. So it became very important for me to spread the word and to learn as much as I can about the benefits of it. I'd never even heard of CBD until last summer.
Wow. So when you got involved as a rep, you had no idea that you were going to open a store?
No, I had no. I would have laughed if someone told me, because I have a full-time practice, and so I that was not what I was expecting to do. But as I was reading about CBD, I also read about all that was happening in the industry and how people were being taken advantage of and buying products that were advertised as CBD that didn't even have CBD in them, and I didn't like that. And as I was learning more about it, I realized how superior Nexel was, that just wasn't a buzzword that they were using, but it really is superior. So I wanted that to be available to people in my community.
Well, beautiful. And so when you realized that it was harder to get reps than you had initially intended, but you really wanted to share this product, how long do you think it took you to make the decision to go from representative to store owner?
It was pretty quick. Once I decided, I felt it really strong in my heart and in my spirit that that's what I needed to do, what I wanted to do. So it's probably about a month. I started talking about it, and it all came together pretty quick.
Beautiful. And here's a crazy question. Would you do it again?
Absolutely. I'd open more if I could.
Wonderful. And, what do you believe is the biggest benefit of being a store owner?
I think when people walk through the door, and it's very humbling when they come in and they're clearly in pain, and just the hope that they have that I see in their eyes, and then they come back because it's helped them. Seeing that happen and having success stories just nearly every day, that's huge, and that feels really good.
But you've done more than just open a store. You have a team there now as well, don't you?
Yes, the team is growing. I think it's a big advantage to have a store where people can come in and look at the products and learn about it and learn about the opportunity as well. And I've had people ask me about it. So we sit down and talk about it.
That's beautiful. How many employees do you have?
I have 5.
And are they all reps?
Most of them are, not all of them.
Okay. And do you feel that it is pretty easy to take your friends, family, people who come in and actually find people who are looking to be sales benefit to you by being salespeople in the store, by being representatives, based on the fact that you have a store?
Yes, the store is a huge advantage. And then everyone that works here is a customer also, because they have their lives have been changed. Most of them are just doing incredibly well with some health issues, and it's because of CBD. And my employees here are so passionate about being here and selling CBD and helping people. So it's a huge advantage to have that too.
Excellent. And now, do you believe that there's been a financial advantage as well?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's that's going to be growing. You know, there's operational expenses to think about, but I definitely think that there's a financial reward, and it's just going
Excellent.
to get better, I believe. I'm excited about that part too.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you say that you're selling maybe 1,500 to 2,000 a day?
Yeah, which is incredible.
Okay.
When I did the numbers, when I decided to open, I was expecting to hopefully sell maybe 5 bottles a day. That was going to be my minimum I needed. I'm doing much more than that. So as word spreads and as people experience it, it's just going to keep growing. I'm sure.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. And you've had some help too from the community, haven't you? Had, because you were such a unique and special store. Hasn't some of the television support been amazing for you?
Oh, I can't even begin to describe how much that has helped. I sent a press release out before I opened, and they responded quickly, and not just once, but multiple times. So we've been on TV like four or 5 segments now since November, and it's been incredible difference.
Yeah, and you know, the really nice part about that is it's part of why they are actually sharing with you and coming back and doing more with you is because you're unique and you're different and you do exactly what you say you do.
Yep.
Excellent. So now, with being a store owner, having these new employees, building a team, now, you said you would do it again, but don't you have a couple of, or at least one of your employees who's actually thinking about opening a store in another location close to you?
Oh, she's not just thinking about it, she's doing it. Yeah, it won't be
Oh.
long now, maybe a few weeks. She's got her building, and they're making the improvements on it, and it's going to be open soon, about 45 minutes from here. And we have people coming in from that town, and they know that store's coming, and so that's going to be great.
Excellent. And so you're saying that's going to be great. You're not saying that's competition, are you?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Unfortunately, there's plenty of pain going around that I think that we can have multiple stores.
Beautiful. Well, you know, you are an example of the perfect professional store owner. You don't feel there's competition. You have people that come in that become representatives, and you are supporting she's one of your employees, actually, right? That's
yes.
Opening this store, and you're supporting her?
For now. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. And, you know, that's truly what business is all about, is, you know, sharing in opportunity for others. And so, ladies and gentlemen, all of you that are on the store, you know, Judy is an incredibly professional woman, but she's an exceptional woman as well, because she doesn't hold back. She does share with all of the people that she has brought into her fold. And, you know, Judy, you should be commended. You are just amazing. We thank you for the job you're doing. And, you know, there's going to be a really beautiful event happening in San Angelo. And are you going to join us for that event here in a few weeks?
Definitely planning on being there.
Beautiful. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this back over to Bob so he can share about what's next to come on this coffee hour.
Thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you, Judy.
Well, thank you, Judy. That's inspirational. I applaud your entrepreneurship, and you just keep doing what you're doing. I just want to check on you in a few months if you'll still talk to me then. So let's share some information with everybody that's on the call. We were motivated to bring Judy on the phone just as an example of somebody who grabbed the bull by the horns and got going into the retail business. And our intentions were twofold. Number one, it might be an inspiration to some of you to actually consider doing that. But more importantly, I'm going to introduce the program that can really set this company on fire. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Now watch this. So Janet and Judy are having a conversation, and Janet asked the question. So you know, you're doing about $1,500 a day. Okay, just bear with me for a minute. That kind of volume is happening with our CBD products. As you know, we're adding 7 new products to our lineup. Just imagine what that volume is going to look like. I want to pull a little number out of the hat. And let's say that we're going to go out and do about $10,000 a week. That is certainly within the realm of possibility because it's happening right now. And if you take 4 weeks in a month, you've got $40,000. Let's play some simple math and say that we've got a gross profit margin of 40%. Okay, let's just say that. Yes, Judy's right. We've got some expenses out of that. But if we got a 40% gross profit margin on $40,000, that's $16,000 a month. There are a whole lot of people. There's only one Judy. There's only one Janet. But there are a whole lot of people out there whose attention can be had by explaining what's happening with the growth of the cannabis industry here. And with the addition of our new products, it's just going to be fantastic. So now let's say nobody on the call wants to open up a store. I'm tired. I'm too old. I just don't want to do that. That's fine. We will get a lot of people that are going to open up a store. But how about if you continue to do what you've been doing all along? We are referral marketers. Out of the goodness of our heart with a little financial drive, we tell good people about the great things, and our product line is certainly behind it. So we've got a program now. We go out and we scour our neighborhoods so that we can find somebody like Judy. Everybody knows a doctor. Everybody knows a chiropractor. We've spoken about this before, aromatherapy shops. You know, they got candle stores. They've got these novelty shops all over. Not far from me is Stuart, Florida, one of the cutest little towns. I'm telling you, I can stroll around that part of the city looking at art and seeing the people on the water. It's just a marvelous thing. Every time I go there, I say one of these people will just flip out when they see our new program. So here's what has been arranged. You go out and find people who are interested in increasing their sales and their profitability in an existing retail. And we are going to sell them the initial order. That's that $5,000 package. And Steve has agreed, hang on now. Steve has agreed to pay those who open up, not who open the store themselves, but who open up an outlet. It's the old McDonald's story. I'll tell you that in a minute. What happens is somebody says, I'd be happy to bring that product on. Well, first of all, Steve's going to send you a check for $1,000 for every operation that we start opening. Now, if you start to think $1,000 is a lot of money, all you got to do is open up one a month, and we're gonna teach you how to do it too. But start to think a little bit more aggressively. If we want to create a footprint that we can be proud of, let's go out there and talk to some people. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to go out and maybe you'll do 2 a month, maybe you'll do 1 a week. Now all of a sudden that $1,000 starts to add up. I know pretty much what the incomes look like in the company, okay? And all of a sudden with this opportunity, the incomes can go through the roof. Now let me give you the good news. One of the reasons why people get involved with multi-level marketing, network marketing, call it what you will, is because they like the idea of long-term residual income. Our product line goes from straight CBD, we're going to have 10 or 12 products, and we're not done. And after you've listened to Larry McCleary, the good doctor, telling us about his discoveries and what his experience is and how it's working, we're going to learn about those things. It's just a matter of time that people are going to be looking for these products. Once they get on the product, they're going to buy them for a long, long time. Here is the beauty in this program. So Steve says, you know, we've got to reward these people for getting this ball rolling. And I said, well, $1,000 commission's pretty good. And he said, yeah. No, we got to do something better than that. Whenever they reorder, and there will be a lot of reorders. You heard some of the numbers today. When people reorder, you will receive $5 a bottle. $5 a bottle. Now, when I heard that, I started to think, now, wait a minute. If you've got a store or two that ultimately starts to sell $1,000 bottles a month, that's $250 a week. It's coming around the corner. These ladies that you're listening to are already there. So I keep saying to myself, you know what I got to do? I got to get out there and find people that want to do this. $5 a bottle. In the state of Florida, we ought to be able to move between 5,000 and 10,000 bottles a month. 10,000 bottles a month, maybe in 2020, maybe in 2021, times $5 a piece. My friends, it's 50 grand. Nobody was anticipating doing this until we started to test the market, find out that the people are coming out of the woodwork. Judy says it very well. Unfortunately, there are a lot of sick people who are looking for relief. Come on down to Florida. There are a lot of youngsters like me here, but there are a lot of people who are not well. There are a lot of people who will ultimately have the opportunity to get their hands on some fantastic products because we're going to do the little McDonald's thing. Now, let me tell you the McDonald's story real quickly. So the management at McDonald's kept on going in, having their meetings, and there were a bunch of people that would say, you know what, we do great on milkshakes and fries and hamburgers, but we got to bring in chicken. And the boss at the time said, no chicken, just open up more outlets. So they were kind of disappointed and what have you. And the next quarter came in, same thing happens. You know what? We're doing fine. We got great hamburgers and fries and shakes, but we have got to have chicken. Nope, no chicken. Open more outlets. Well, you know the outlets, the Golden Arches, popped up all over the country. I think the statistic is something like this. The day that McDonald's introduced their chicken products, they became the single largest fast food sales in the United States. So here's a hamburger joint. Everybody knows McDonald's hamburgers. Isn't it outrageous that they kept on getting the outlets, and then they brought on the chicken, and that just exploded? I think that there's some wisdom in our ability to understand that all we have to do is open up outlets. It's going to be a lot more attractive now, especially because of the products that we've got from Canagen, Dr. McCleary. And all we have to do is go talk to people. Go shopping. You don't even have to buy anything. Go shopping. Look around at some of these shops. Think about all the people who already have an office. Think about the people who have got a steady flow of traffic. We happen to have a chiropractor. He's about a quarter of a mile from my home, who has a yoga studio upstairs from his chiropractor. Okay, and they have it's a ladies' club. They have over 700 women who are members of this club that do yoga all during the week. Okay, some do it in the morning. So they've got a seniors club. They've got a juniors club. They got moms with kids club. But anyway, 700 of them. And I just say to myself, is this a place for all these products? Of course it is. So, you know, that's on my list. But the fact of the matter is, let us not be fussy. Let's talk to people about making money. They're going to say, what is it? We're going to introduce it. No, by the way, all the tools that you need to go out there and sell it. We're not going to leave you hanging with an idea. You've got to be able to go in there and talk at a little different level. And anyway, I'm fired up about it. So I look at it this way: if I go out and open up 5 stores, and so I put $5,000 in my pocket, I'll say, yeah, that was fun. I made $5 extra grand. But the fact of the matter is that the business is going to grow. I'm looking at the $5 a bottle as this catches on. And what it does is it makes this business more fun because there's more money and you can help a lot more people if you distribute it wisely. That was our second topic for the day. So you're going to be hearing from us often, because this is going to catapult Nexel to the next level. Believe me, and a couple of times a year we come up with the greatest ideas, and this one is it makes all the rest of them seem like oh well, and that's it. Now one last thing: the 23rd and the 24th is this retail store opportunity training. So anybody who's out there that's thinking about, maybe I ought to do this, maybe I ought to find out more about it. It's $100. Yeah, you got to go to San Angelo. I just decided the other day I've got to go there too. Janet knows a heck of a lot more about this than I do. So I want to listen, I want to learn, and I want to come home so I can go out there and do a bang up job as I go to the street. Now, Janet, you're still there, I hope.
Yes, I am.
I know that. Okay, I know that Steve wants to join. Just throw in whatever else you'd like to add to embellish the necessity of this training that we're going to have, and then we're going to turn it over to Steve. He's got a couple of things to say. Can we do that?
Absolutely. All right. So with this store training, it's going to be March 23rd and 24th. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. You're going to learn some incredible things. Number one, how to open a store, how to sell to a business owner, why open a store, what are the hard costs, introduction to all of the new products. And we're also going to teach you how to make an income with selling to already existing businesses. Now, this is just the beginning. This is just a little bit of what you're going to see and feel. You're going to get to come see the new training center. You're going to get to come and see the Nexel store. You're going to get to come and meet Judy. Judy will be here. She's going to be bringing some of her team members as well. Bob Torsi's coming out. Steve Smith's going to be here. Terry Trump, Lloyd Bilberry, Janet Henshaw. You've got the team. This is a chance to see where Nexel is going and what we are going to be able to do to support you. Now, there's a few things you're going to get to take home with you, but I'm not going to tell you about those now. But I can tell you, having this store open for just 2 weeks, and that's all it's been, and we're averaging $2,000 a day. Best part about that is we've only had the news come out one time. San Angelo is a little bit bigger than Temple. We're about 110,000 and 200,000 with the surrounding area. But I want to leave you with this. If you've ever wanted to see what it would be like to either open a retail store or sell to retail stores, this is your advantage. Come out and join us. And now I'm going to turn this over to you, Bob, and you and Steve can take it away.
Thank you, Janet. That's great. I trust that we'll have some great attendance at that event. And let's talk about Steve for a minute. He hates it when we do this. So Steve's got big fish to fry. You know, he's running a company. He's got all kinds of things to handle. He's always moving and doing his deal. And whenever he decides to speak on a Saturday, he's got something up his sleeve. And I'm going to ask Steve if he'd give our group a little holler, and we'll just say goodbye for Saturday, and the thing will be over with. Steve, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me okay, Bob?
I can hear you real well. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I'd like to just start off by adding my personal appreciation for Judy. Judy Corrigan is she's a hero pioneer for this company. I've learned a lot from her, and the timing was really great because we haven't grown as fast as we'd like to, and as you look at it, CBD is something that there are a lot of facets to it, but number one, there's there's a million people out there selling it, and they all claim that theirs is the best, and so we haven't had a couple of things. One of them is a differentiator, something that we have that nobody else has. We've been existing in a market where thanks to everybody that's taken part in Excel, our business has grown. But what Judy helped me learn was that and realize is that a lot of people just don't understand what CBD is all about. They don't understand the legalities of it. They don't understand this and that about it and so forth. And making a buying decision online isn't probably one of the big ways to market CBD, but if people can come into a store, first of all, it's a storefront. They assume that it's completely legal because somebody's opened a storefront, and then there's somebody there that knows something about CBD, is willing to give them a sample, or try a sample on them, whatever, and so the brick and mortar portion of the CBD business, has just hit me between the eyes is the way to sell our product. And so, we've turned our attention toward that, and I'm going to address the networking portion of our business again in just a minute, but turn our attention toward growing stores. And just a simple example of what this could mean to those who go out and open stores up or refer store owners to us is that yes, there's absolutely $1,000 in it for the referrer of the new store owner, and then there's $5 a product on all residual orders. And if you just put it in plain terms, and I'll tell you this, that of course, $5,000 is a starting order. Judy Corrigan didn't start with $5,000 a month. She's ever since month one, she's averaged. She's well beyond $5,000 a week right now. But she's never done less than that. Our store in San Angelo is not doing any less than that. In fact, it's doing more than that. But let's just take $5,000 worth of product a week, and that's been a minimum that we haven't. We haven't broken that minimum. It's always been above that, but that's average. $5,000 is about 100 bottles, and if you do that once a week, that's 400 bottles. Multiply that times $5 a bottle, and just for referring somebody, you've created probably a good $2,000 a month in income. That another feature that we put in is that you don't have to meet any qualifications for anything that you do in Excel, either from the networking side or any side. We've taken the qualifications away from you for referring that store owner, and as long as that store is purchasing a minimum of just $5,000 a month, which is, 25% of the lowest orders we've had, you'll receive, that $5 a bottle income. The entire networking, the upline receives the wholesale commissions that are posted in the compensation plan too. So as you see more and more stores come on, you're going to see more and more examples of some pretty good incomes that are happening out there. And just to get an idea, in the coated bonus section, I think the income gets up to $350 a bottle. You know, at the executive director position, but you know, it's just going to amount to some great incomes and some great incomes for the store owners. And as Bob and Janet mentioned, you know, with the new products and so forth, it's going to add a whole new dimension to their sales because it spreads out the product line, gets all the way into the pet buyers, the pet owners, and so forth. And so all we can look forward is more and more income for these store owners. It doesn't take anything hardly to get involved in one. I mean, I think Judy's operating out of 800 square feet, and you know, that's not a lot of square feet in a store, and it may be smaller than that. I don't know, but it doesn't take a lot because these aren't big products; they're little products, and so you know, when you do come to school, I guarantee you're going to walk away with a lot more because so much has been set up that we can, to do this business, that we can supply you with as you go out, and you won't have to go through all the legwork and so forth that Judy and then Janet had to do to get their businesses going. Another aspect of these new products is that from a networking standpoint, you know, to grow a successful networking business, you almost have to have a differentiator. You have to have a product, in other words, that nobody else has. I mean, in the CBD business where they can buy it anywhere, you don't have much of a differentiator. And although we know our products are head and shoulders above everybody else's, that's what everybody else claims. So we don't have much of a differentiator, except, you know, some of the successful applications. A lot of the people who have benefited so greatly from these products have to say about it. But when you get into when you talk about the Canogen products that are with us today, now you're talking about a differentiator, something that nobody else has, because Nextel has the exclusive for network marketing on these products. Nobody else in the networking world is going to have these products, and so we've got something that has been proven. Some products that are patient tested, that are clinically evaluated. There's very sound science behind patents regarding some of these products, and we truly have something that now we can grow a networking business behind. So what you're going to see is more and more people come on for the opportunity. Some of the incomes that are going to be talked about from opening stores, referring store owners, going to result in more opportunity seekers joining us as independent representatives, and they're going to be involved in helping refer people to open stores, but as well they'll be referring these different products that we have in the network. It's going to be a hand-in-glove operation, and I'm just very excited about what's going on in Nextel today. And I could stand up here on this block and talk a whole lot more about it. But those are just some of the that's just some of the excitement that we're all sharing today because of what's going on. And very simply, because of what one woman was brave enough to step out there and get going, we owe a lot to that decision that Judy made months ago. And so, with that, Bobby, I'm gonna turn it back to you, and I look forward to seeing a whole bunch of you at on the 23rd and the 24th. Stop and think about it. When I was in San Angelo, and just down the road is Brownwood, and just down the road is locate some small towns that when you think about the number of of these towns that are all over the United States, the potential is for literally tens of thousands of these stores to be feeding this network. And so the opportunity is just amazing. And if you if you understand, you know, the fact that everybody knows somebody in a town here and there, and they may not be the ones that want to open up a store, but they may know somebody who might be interested in making this kind of an income in a very simple operation, and are willing to come to a school to learn more and more about it. Think of the potential that the incomes that could happen as we spread these stores out all across the United States. So very exciting times in Nextel. Bobby, I'm going to turn it back over to you to wrap it up for us, if you would.
I will, Steve. Thank you. You sound excited, and that's a good thing, because it rolls down into the organization when we get a chance to hear you. And when you're fired up about something, it's yet another blessing for the family here. So thank you for coming on. Janet, thank you for your discussion with Judy. Judy, you just keep on doing what you're doing. I'm stepping out of your way, and you're going to be a superstar, bigger than you already are. So that's it. My friends, you have all been blessed today with some great information. May that continue. Enjoy your Saturday. And we love you guys. Catch you later. Bye-bye.